Hi, I just got a heatsink just came in for Raspberry Pi 4. Actually, this heat is an ice fan. They call it an ice fan, but there's no ice in it. I guess it's because it cooled this system very cold. I went in overkill by adding two of the copper. What I did is I purchased copper like this with this part number, and what I did is I cut it directly half, and then I use this tape thing that is both side tape, and it's similar to what I used last time when I did the first one. I used this, but this one is not messy. You just measure it, cut it, and then peel it off. So I put two pieces here, and then I was going to put the tiny little one in there, with the two plate glued together already, because the plate is too long, so I cut a little bit off from the top. I was going to use it for here, but I'm like, you know what, since these two are even, I went and decided to go ahead and put it right on top. But I didn't like the idea that I put it like this direction. Should make it more consistent, like all facing the same direction. Just came off. So let me go ahead and put it on the same direction. And normally once you put it down, you don't want to take it off. And the reason I did is because this metal, number 2 is going to be on top, facing this direction. Okay, with the like a 90-degree curve right here. This is the one you want to put it right here. Okay, so otherwise it won't work. And then this one, number 1, is going to be closer to the plug, the power plug. That's where we're going to put the number 1. All right. So I went and put that little sticky thing here. It's both sides. It's the same as this, and you just peel it off, put it right there on the. This is the processor, and I think that's probably the brain. I know this chip it tell you this is a 4 gig. Oh, this is the 4 GB RAM, and this is the processor, and then this is like, I think, the Bluetooth on top. But I went and put that on top anyway because it kind of level out pretty evenly. So why not? I went and go ahead and put it in, and then I'm gonna put this right here. I went and turned the fan around. I noticed when they was doing their video as well, they having a hard time because this wire was over here. So what I did is I took the screw out and then just turn it this way. So now the wire is closer to the port. It's easier. Before it was over here, and then you had to. Okay, so what I did is I decided to put another foot. This one is longer than this, and the reason I did it was to where I could actually, like there's nothing between here, so it's easier for me to get the floppy out. Because if it's too close to the ground, it's hard to, if it's too low to the ground, it's hard to grab the SD card. Okay, so I put another layer so that way, if I put it in the arcade one up, I could just, put it on the wood and then screw it from the bottom, and then that way I could still, reach it and grab it without going, because it's too low. So I could able to grab the SD card out and put it in without having any issue. Okay, so that's why I added extra leg to give it a height. Okay, so that to me is better. And I was checking a while ago to make sure that this thing is actually touching the pink cushion. It's kind of a little bit sticky, but it's not that sticky, and it's like a little pink cushion in between it. So because this one, the heatsink is a little bit higher, and I was worried that, you know, there was a little bit tiny gap right here, so I was worried that maybe it's not touching it. So I try to wobble it, it doesn't wobble, so it's look like it sit on here pretty well. Okay, and then the two heatsink, it just perfectly sit on top, so it didn't affect the assembly of this, putting this together. It's the two heatsink for those, so that's good. And so everything is good. So everything is, see the pink is sitting right on top of the pink, so it looked like it's fine the way I have this put together. So now the question is where we put the wire. Now the pin 1 and 2, 1 and this is 2 and 4 is the one to give you 5 volt, so that's where you're going to put the red one in. Okay, you can put it on the number 1, or you can put it on put it on the number 2 or number 4. So I'm going to put it on number 2, pin number 2. Okay, now I need to put this one on pin number 7, I believe. This is 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. I don't remember now. Let's see. I know 5 and 6 I need to use it for shutdown. So let me see. This is 1, 3, 5, 5, 6 I need for shutdown, and either 7 or 9 is the ground. So I think it might be number 7. So I need to double check my my diagram to make sure that it's supposed to be on 7. It might be, let's see if this book have the diagram for the pin. Yeah, it does. See, you have it. So that's pretty cool. So what I was doing is I put it on number 1, and they want you to use number 6, but I don't want to use number 6, so it's number 7. Number 9, sorry, it's number 9. It's not 7, it's number 9. Number 9 is the ground. It's pin number 9 on the other side. So I put it in the wrong place. So let me count this again. Let's see if you can see it. So first one is 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 should be the one right behind it. Okay, there you go. That's how I would do mine, because you might, I mean, this way, the way they have the cable this way is better, because before it was, you had to, before the cable was on this side, and so I went and took those 4 screws out. It's not using Phillips screw, but it's not, you can't open this with this tiny one. You have to get the big one to open this. Okay, and that's pretty much it. So one thing I want to let people know is that if you're using this for Raspberry Pi 3B plus and for 4B, and you want to use a Pi drive like Western Digital Pi drive, excuse me, this will be, the voltage will be under, because this take the voltage pretty good, pretty well. And then when you plug in all the joystick in, the top one will be joystick 1, second one will be joystick 2. Last time I didn't plug it correctly. Then you can plug your keyboard and other stuff. The RK one up the Glenn's spinner and trackball, you can plug it down here. And then the keyboard you can plug on top. Then the network cable. Now here's the problem. If you plug a Pi, that hard drive that need to pull power from the Raspberry Pi, you're gonna have low voltage. It doesn't matter what kind of power supply you use, you're gonna get low voltage. Okay, so I recommend if you're going to get an external hard drive for Pi 4, which I recommend, is because there's more game now to put on here, and 512 gigabyte is not going to do it. It's just not enough space. Plus 512 gigabyte SD card costs more than a 4 gigabyte. For more than 4 terabyte. So I mean about close to the same price. So if I were you, I'd rather get the Western Digital 4 terabyte and get the one is called the Element. Element have the power you could plug into it and use its own power. It's not draining the power from the Pi. So if you use power that coming from the Pi, you're going to create where Pi, the emulator is going to say low in voltage, low voltage. Okay, so I bought a lot of different power cable for the Pi 3, and I keep on getting low voltage, and I was wondering why. So then I say, you know what, let me take the Pi, because the hard drive Pi, it have a power that you could plug into it. So you plug the power to the Pi drive 1 terabyte, then that cable will plug into this to give this one a power. But and then you have a USB that plug into here. But problem is this, is that it's not giving enough power to the system, so it's gonna get low voltage. And it doesn't matter what I bought so many different kinds, and I still had the same problem. So once I moved the once I took the hard drive, have its own dedicated power, and then the Raspberry Pi have its own dedicated power, the voltage power disappeared. Low voltage power issue went away. So just want to let you guys know that, okay? And especially once you put this in, it's gonna drain power, especially it's running all the time and try to cool the system, which is good. All right, so this is ready to go back in, and that's pretty much it. So just FYI, if you're going to have this on the Pi 3 or on Pi 4, is very good, and it's not that expensive. It's $22, and it will cool the system down. But you don't want to share power. You don't want a hard drive. You don't want this to plug into a hard drive. Hard drive have to plug into USB, which is fine. And you want to use the 3.0, so your file transfer will be fast. Okay, so then you might want to put the joystick. Joystick doesn't matter. You can put it on 2.0. It doesn't need to be fast. You can put the joystick here. Put your other one here, and have this one free, I guess. So put your joystick here. It doesn't matter. Or put your primary joystick here, then your hard drive here, then your trackball, and then your keyboard. Okay, so your player 1 will go here, and then player 2 go here. Instead of 1, 2, you're gonna put 1, 2 here, and then you're gonna put the hard drive, and then you're gonna put the trackball. All right, but if you have like a hub and you have more stuff plugged into it, then you want to use this one, because this is a 3.0. All right, that's pretty much it for this video. It's just to show you and talk about what kind of problem you run into if you have this put on. It's going to drain voltage, and if you have a hard drive plugged into here, you're definitely going to have low voltage. Okay, I don't know why nobody talk about it, but yeah, that's how you're going to get low voltage. So get a hard drive that use its own power. That way the hard drive will not crash in the middle of power low voltage, so you won't damage your data. And this way the Pi will be stable, have its own dedicated power. All right, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Talk to you later. Bye bye.